What it do, E-World, Crisscrossing Wires, back with another video. I want to show you something. I made a video the other day about launching my bike. And I said I didn't want to do anything limiting the power as far as launching. However, I'm going to have to do that. And one more great thing about Kilowatt is Kilowatt has the ability to set your bike up that way. Now, I've saw this on there, but I never really wanted to utilize the torque mapping on it. Check this out. Okay, now in the Kilowatt app, as you notice, on this side, on the left side, e-bike, that is my actual bike settings. On that side, on the simulated BAC is for demonstration purposes. So when I click on the simulated side, none of those are my actual settings, and I don't mind showing it like this. Okay, so let's check this out. Let me click on this on the simulated BAC. Now we're gonna go into the settings down here, and I'm gonna go straight to that part, but then I'll show you some other features on here. Now check this out. When you go to the throttle, now of course you can go to the throttle setting up as far as calibrating the throttle, the voltages, all of that, speed control, the throttle ramping as far as when you twist your throttle, how fast it actually sends power to your controller and all that. We're going to skip all that, and we're going to go down here to where is it? Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. It's not in the throttle part. Yeah, that's the throttle tuning. It's actually in the drivetrain. All right. Now, when you go in the drivetrain and you go down here, torque response tuning. If you go into custom, down here, wait a minute. This app is tripping. Okay, here it is right here. Now, notice it has the graph over there to help you set up when you use the dyno portion. But notice over here on the right side, it has speed and power limit set point 1. And it's got a percentage there, and it's got a percentage of how much power you will allow at certain speed and power limits. So notice they have set point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 8. Now up to 8, you can set different percentages as far as how much torque is allowed at whatever percentage of your wattage that you have set. Now on this demonstration, it has 15,000 watts for the max. So you would want to set it. It's going to give the percentage based on 15,000 watts. And you notice just for a general baseline, they have 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, 95, 100, and 105. Now, that is great if you want to set it up like that. So I can have, now this is in kilometers right now. We can change that. Let's go right here. We can change that Well, it is on Imperial. I guess on this demo, that's just the way it is. In my actual actual settings, it is in miles per hour. But anyway, let's go back to the drivetrain and go back down here to the speed curve. But yeah, so I can have like at up to 10 miles per hour. It's only allowing like 50% power. Then when it gets to 20 miles per hour, 60% power, 25, 70%. I mean, you have to play around with that and set that up based on how quickly you want your bike to accelerate. So basically what I was speaking about on that video, this does actually have power mapping. And yeah, that's only in the Kilowatt app. However, you can do that on your ASI controller in backdoor as well. So it's a little more to go through if you don't have access to backdoor, and of course it's harder to set up in backdoor. So the great part about Kilowatt is anybody can do power mapping right there in the app, and that's great because GLE doesn't offer that. Now I'll go through and show you what else you can do in Kilowatt. So if we go to power, as you can see, when you're setting that up, you can set the voltage that you're running, 48, 60, 72. If you're not running any of those, you can go to custom and set the over here where you say cells in series. You can put how many S you're running up to. It used to be 21S. Now it's software limited to 20S. But anything below that you can set. Your power settings down here. You can set eco to whatever you want. If you want to set eco at 7,500 watts, sport mode is 15,000, based upon this this demo side over here. You see your regen power limit. You can set that. Maximum phase current amps. You can set that. Let's go to throttle. Throttle up there, you can do your throttle calibration to set your voltages up, and there's your ramp up speed for your throttle. So that's something else you can fiddle around with and trying to get that torque curve straight. So deadband voltages and all that. If you don't know what you're doing, don't mess around with deadband voltage. If you do and don't know how to set that up, your bike won't run anymore. It's real easy to not understand the the voltages in that part and messing that up. Your bike won't move anymore if you don't know how to set that up. So they have Install Wizard on here to help you out if you don't know. See your brake mode over there. Lever cutoff, lever regen, variable regen, which is what I use. Engine braking. Also has the off throttle regen, which I like. So, as soon as I get off the throttle, it puts like a drag on your bike. You can put as much as you want or as little. I have that set very low on mine. But yeah, automatically when I get off the throttle, I'm charging. And that's great. So you can use that for your actual e-braking. Of course, those power levels are going to be a lot higher. But for off throttle, it's a really low percentage, because you don't want to put too much drag on your bike, whereas though you get off the throttle and it's like you're applying the brakes. That's not the point. You want to put just a little bit, so when you're coasting, your bike is charging. All right. Drivetrain, we were already in drivetrain, but I'll show you what else they have in drivetrain. And some of that stuff is actually not going to work right and stop flashing because I'm not connected to the controller right now. So I actually have to connect to the controller, and then it'll let you play with all that. Now, temperature limits, you can set that so when your controller and your motor reaches a certain temperature, it will throttle down. That way you won't burn your motor up. So that's pretty good as well. So you can set that to when your bike reaches whatever temperature you want to set it at, it will automatically throttle down, and that way you don't burn your controller up. But you should have a heat sink, so you don't do that anyway. It's also good to have a temperature sensor in your motor as well if you don't, or you can also use that connected to your temperature sensor in your batteries. And I have that instead of the controller, which I know is running cool. I have my temperature sensor monitoring my battery. So the battery gets too hot, and that's very important. You don't want to have any thermal runaway. So my battery gets to a certain temperature, it will throttle down. Alright. Torque response tuning. Man, Kilowatt is just awesome. You can go to the console over here, what type of display you want to run. Like I have mine on none because I'm using this app. But you know, you can set that up for your UKC ones, your 750Cs, egg rider, as you can see, or even like a psychoanalyst. Safety features, limit maximum speed, sport and eco switch, whether you have a actual hard switch or in the app, your reverse maximum speed. These are the new transmission features. You know, on the transmission part, it has neutral, reverse, and then drive 1 and 2 and 3. You can set up as far as 1, 2, and 3 how much power you want those set at. And I love that now because at any time on the fly I can switch that. I don't have to be riding around with 32 kilowatt. I can set that at 10,000 watts on one, or you know, like one I have mine set at 10,000, 2 at 20, and 3 at 30, the max. Alright, so yeah. Then in the back here, as I showed you before, it has the dyno, which is really good because most of us can't afford a big dyno. This is the best you can get, a digital analyst. And as you can see, now this dyno monitors your bike during the ride. So, you know, you don't just have to prop it up and have your wheels spinning free. It will take all these measurements while you're actually riding. And you can go back through and look at everything. And that can help you do your tune. This is what you need when you're trying to tune and get your bike set up for maximum efficiency. But alright guys, that's it. Yeah, Kilowatt is a great app once again. And yeah, what I was actually speaking on about bike, you know, launching the bike, I can actually do that right here in the drivetrain. Like I said, I just never really wanted to use this because I just wanted mine maxed out and be able to modulate it with my throttle myself. But us being humans, we aren't that accurate to be able to do that precisely every time. And then, like I said, you get nervous or anxious in a race or something, and you're going to twist that thing as far as it can go. But yeah, you go ahead and set up this power curve, and you're good to go. At least it won't allow you to do anything crazy. All right. And as you can see, it also has, not only for the custom setup, it has a smooth start, a smooth end that you can click on, and that automatically sets it to some ranges, and you ain't got to worry about it. Now see, this is what it looks like as far as for those settings. Let me show you the difference. The smooth end, see what that looks like. You see that? So there it is, custom speed torque mapping by Kilowatt. Thank you again, Dirk. Great app, bro. I'm out.